All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 10 of the Weekly Gridiron. As always, we're your hosts, Adam,
Dante,
and Luke. And we've got a special guest with us today. Please welcome the best RA at Penn State Beaver, Mr. Darryl Bellamy. Happy to have you along with us today, Darryl.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite on the show.
Of course. As always, you're always welcome on. So why don't we get started with the picks right away? A reminder of the standings so far this year. Dante, you're 107 and 57 on the year, sitting in first. Luke, 164, and I'm 99 and 65. Very close in between us, although Dante's kind of running away with it right now. But
Hell yeah.
hey, let's see how this week goes. Let's start with Thursday night. We got a great game on our hands. The Bills and the Patriots divisional rivalry. I'll let the Pats fans over there get started with this one. Luke and Darryl, kick us off.
You trying to pick first or you want me to go?
You can go.
So, I'm doing it. I am picking the Patriots this week. I don't care. I think we looked better last week. I don't care that we lost to the Vikings. That game, I'm still upset about it. But we looked better against the Vikings than the Bills did against the Lions. Micah Hyde is out for the year, I'm pretty sure, still. Josh Allen has looked careless, and Mac Jones is coming off his best game all year. So give me the Patriots tonight in Foxborough wearing the throwback uniforms.
Yeah, definitely have to go with the Patriots tonight. It's a must-win. If we lose, hopes, but playoff hopes are definitely going to be
It'd be tough.
out the window. Von Miller out with an ankle injury.
True. Yeah.
So I'm excited for tonight. I'm definitely going with Patriots and Foxborough.
Let's go.
All right, Dante, you want to go first or me?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead. I know what you're gonna do.
I got to go with the Bills, boys. My apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm just way more confident than Bills.
Rare Dante L.
It's going to be hella close. Hella close. This game's in Foxborough. I would not be surprised if the Pats win this one, but I'm just feeling the Bills a little bit more right now. I know they've been struggling. I know it's been a tough couple weeks for them. And I know you guys are going to clown me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go Buffalo here.
Sorry, Adam. I've also seen that Mac Jones has a picture hanging up in his locker of the playoff loss last year.
Oh, okay.
So he's been thinking about this game for a long time.
Yeah. We still have to see him twice.
I know, yeah.
All right, well, as I told Luke this morning, there are 4 steps to this pick that I'm making. Mac Jones is having a pretty solid year. Patriots are playing some pretty good football. What else was I saying? Von Miller's out, and the Patriot jerseys are going on tonight. That is a full recipe pick for me to ride with the New England Patriots.
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
Yes, sir.
It's not my upset of the week either, just so y'all know that.
Hey,
My upset of the week's a pretty big one.
I don't know about Mac having a solid year yet, but he definitely had a good game last week.
Yeah.
He's
for sure.
He's been good now. Yeah.
All right, next game is the Bears and the Packers. Another rivalry, but not as exciting as Bills and Patriots, in my opinion. This rivalry's been pretty one-sided for a while. I think it's going to stay that way. As Aaron Rodgers says, I still own you. I'm picking the Packers in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers here, too. The Bears really haven't been bad the past 2 or 3 weeks, but the Packers have. So
Is Fields coming back? Do we know?
I have no idea.
I think so.
He's hurt.
That would be key if he's coming
missed
back.
last
Yeah, he
week.
missed last week.
Yeah,
I
but
forget why, but
either way, dude, 10 times out of 10, I'm picking the Packers against the Bears.
yeah.
It seems like a perennial sweep every single year. Give me the Packers here.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is playing good football.
Yeah, Justin Fields is playing good football. I guess, he missed the last game. I don't know how hurt he really was. Then again, Aaron Rodgers is banged up. But give me Green Bay, too, just because of what you guys were saying. It can be anything with the quarterbacks, but they always seem to beat the Bears pretty much no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go with Green Bay. I did hear a lot about the Packers thinking about giving Jordan Love some time, but Green Bay always going to have to go over the Bears.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd love to see more Jordan Love, but we might have to wait for Aaron Rodgers to get hurt again for that to happen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Unfortunately.
For sure. Next game, Dante, you're the Steelers fan, so why don't you preview it?
All right, we got a pretty much a cakewalk going into this game. Going down to Atlanta to play the Falcons. Adam, what do you mean, playing the Falcons, bro? Nah, it won't be a cakewalk. Falcons are actually not horrible. They do have a better record than us. They have one more win than we do. Adam, you're more familiar with the Falcons than I am. Before I make my pick, what are your thoughts on the Falcons this year?
I hate the Falcons a lot, but they're playing okay football. Marcus Mariota's looked all right. I mean, I guess they're looking better than my Panthers and the Saints, so I could say they're the second best team in the division at least, but I still don't like the Falcons at all, man.
Yeah, the Falcons' defense really isn't nothing too special, I don't think. Neither is their offense. Cordero Patterson's pretty much their star player on offense.
Kyle Pitts is out for the season.
Yeah, that's another reason why I feel a lot more comfortable going into this game.
True.
We do have to look out for Drake London, though, because he has been pretty under the radar as one of the best rookie receivers. Adam, you're making the snoring noise. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. I like Kenny Pickett coming off his solid performance against the Colts. Hopefully that keeps up and we get a good win here against Atlanta.
Give me the Steelers. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go.
Bro, go ahead. I can't decide.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna have to go with Pittsburgh. In reality, this is a Pittsburgh team that does look like they will be good in the future if they make the right draft picks and do good in the offseason. But Sunday, I'm definitely gonna have to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, all right. I'll go with the Steelers too.
Good pick. Good pick.
I think it's closer than you might think.
Oh, dude, I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially in Atlanta, but
Atlanta has these sneaky games that they pull out for
They
some
do.
reason.
They do.
well, I don't see Atlanta being anywhere near 500 at the end of the year, so that means they're gonna have to start losing some games. So I'll pick Pittsburgh this game. Kenny Pickett did just have a very good game.
His best game of his career.
He played
True.
very well
Played
against
very
the
well.
Colts.
Was happy to see that. All right, the next one we got is a very good game in my opinion. Jets and Vikings. If Zach Wilson's not playing, we get to see the Mike White show again against Kirk Cousins, maybe the most extreme QB battle of all time. And Kirk is not in prime time, therefore I'm picking the Vikings to win this game pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Vikings too here. I do like the Jets, but they just have a big question mark at quarterback. I mean, Mike White's their guy right now, I guess, but they've had 3 quarterbacks in rotation this year. Really don't know what's going on with
Somehow
New York.
Zach Wilson's the worst of all of them.
Very true. Very true. And I'm sure these 2 Pats fans can vouch for that. But give me the Vikings here. I like the Vikings a lot. Yeah, give me them for sure.
Yeah, give me the Vikings by 20. By 20 plus.
Word.
I remember the first time Mike White got in, which was, I guess, was it last year or was it 2 years ago? It was last year. I remember he had a really good first game. I feel like I also remember him like just having a shaky second game or even third game. I don't think he's the next Patrick Mahomes. I mean, come on, let's curb our expectations a little bit. It's a 1:00 game. Kirk isn't on prime time, so that means they should have no issues. Justin Jefferson is going to give Sauce Gardner the first really tough game of his career, and I'm picking the Vikings very comfortably by maybe over 20.
Very fair.
Very good offensive and defensive matchup, I think. Like
It
you
is.
said, Jay Jettas and Sauce Gardner, that's going to be the
that's
matchup
must
to
watch.
watch all day.
That's a must-watch.
So, but at the end of the day, like you said, Kirk Cousins not playing in prime time. He can't sell his team. We're going to have to go with the Vikings.
No, but you guys are right. That's one of the best.
That's a must-watch matchup.
And
Oh, yeah.
those
Sauce
two
and
guys,
Jay Jettis.
those 2 guys are gonna dominate the league for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, 2 of the best.
All right, this next game is kind of an interesting one. Jaguars and the Lions. This is in Detroit. Both teams, I mean, I guess besides Detroit's loss last week, they looked impressive. The Jaguars got a big comeback win against the Ravens. I thought that was crazy. But, I mean, Detroit, you can't really sleep on that offense. It's pretty sneaky, and that's why I'm picking them to win this game. I could see it being close, but I think Detroit should be able to take care of business at home.
Yeah, I was really going back and forth with this game because the Jags, they came off a big win against Baltimore last week. Huge win. Much needed win and an unexpected one. But the Lions at home, man, they dominate offensively at home. And Aiden Hutchinson just came off like his best 4 games as a Detroit Lion. Like Aiden Hutchinson
He was defensive rookie of the month.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's hot right now. He's dominating. And I think that Jaguars O-line is going to really not play up to par against that good front seven from Detroit. So, yeah, I'm going to go Detroit here.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I didn't really think about Detroit's defense, whereas I was more thinking about which offense can be more consistent. And that's also probably Detroit. Trevor Lawrence had a very good game last week. I still think Mac Jones played better, but I think Trevor Lawrence got the offensive rookie of the week or something. Mac Jones played better. I don't really care. Baltimore just loves to choke. But with all that being said, give me Detroit because they have more veteran leadership. They have probably the better defense, like you were saying, and better coaching. Well, I don't know. That's up in the air now. But in Detroit, give me Detroit.
Another, like I said, not a key matchup, but both of these teams in the years to come, I could see them being very well. With the run that the Lions gave the Bills on Thanksgiving,
Right.
and then the way that the Jaguars have been trying to finish games, these two look like they could be definitely competition in the league soon. But for right now, you said this game's in Detroit.
Yeah.
I want to say that the Lions take the dubs, but I could easily see the Jaguars and this explosive, like somewhat explosive offense taking the dub.
Same. It should be a good game.
I feel that for sure.
So are you going with Jacksonville or Detroit?
Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. All
All right,
right.
I like it.
Got to represent Florida.
True.
Respect. All right. This next one is also a good one. We've got a really good slate of football this week. Titans and Eagles. It is the revenge game for A.J. Brown against his old team. It's in Philly, too, which makes it even more interesting. As much as I'd love to pick the Titans because I think they're an underrated team, Philly, that defense and that offense is just so good. And they really showed it on Sunday night against Green Bay. I think they're going to show it again here against Tennessee. Give me Philly at home.
I don't think this game's going to be close at all. I think the Eagles are going to embarrass the Titans. I like the Titans. They're one of my they're one of my favorite teams in the league, I guess, in the AFC. But the Eagles are just on a whole different level than the rest of the league right now, including the Chiefs, including the Bills, including anybody. The Eagles are that team right now, and they're going to prove it here once again and improve to 11-1 on the year against the Titans.
Yeah, I'm picking the Eagles as well. As far as I know, they don't have the best run defense, so that could be interesting. But I think they should really be able to get to Kirk Cousins. If you guys remember the primetime game earlier in the year when the Eagles beat the Vikings, I said they should be able to get to I meant Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
That's where my brain was going. As I was going to say, if you guys remember the Eagles-Vikings game at a primetime earlier this year, they really got to Kirk Cousins. They embarrassed him. So I think something similar is going to happen, even though the difference between the Vikings and the Titans is Derrick Henry. But the Vikings still had Dalvin Cook, and the Eagles still won that game. So especially with the game being in Philly, I'm not even going to say A.J. Brown has to have a good game, but I think he will go out there with a vengeance. So give me Philly.
Yeah, you know he wants to.
You know he wants to.
Yeah, definitely give me Philly. They're having an amazing run this year. I just didn't want to see them beat the Dolphins' undefeated streak. But as of now, if they can go as far as they want, I'm definitely going to take Philly and Jalen Hurts over Tannehill and the Titans. And I definitely think A.J. Brown's going to go off in this game. And it's going to be exciting to watch if you're a Philly fan.
Yeah, right. I agree.
Oh, for sure.
Also, this game should be primetime.
Oh, yeah.
This deserves Sunday Night Football over Dallas Colts.
I agree. Or the Dolphins-Niners game that we'll predict later.
Or
one, too.
Or the Saints and Bucks, dude.
Dolphins
Like,
and Niners.
That's going to be
For
a good
sure.
game. That's gonna be big. I don't know. Dolphins-Niners may deserve it over that.
NFL always takes L's with their primetime games. Except for tonight.
Kinda
This is going to
true.
be a good one tonight.
Oh, yeah, tonight, yeah.
All right, moving on. This game is not as exciting as terms of like great teams, but it's a crazy storyline.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is back, and he's playing
Yeah.
his old team. Browns at the Texans. I'll let you guys make your picks first.
I'll go first. As much as I would love to see the Texans whoop on the Browns in this game, I don't think it's going to happen. As much as I think Deshaun Watson is overrated, and well, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league whenever he was playing. But he hasn't played football since
2 years almost?
2 years, but he dabbled in the preseason, but that's about it, man. He hasn't faced really
Didn't
professional.
even look good in the preseason.
Did not look good in the preseason, playing second and third strings.
Sounds like you want to pick the Texans.
Let me finish. He has such a cakewalk game playing the Texans because the Texans are like the worst team in the league. What are they, 9-1?
They're terrible.
Such a bailout for Deshaun Watson. I wish he would have gone in playing literally any other team. Like, if he came in playing the Eagles first game back, I would have laughed so hard. But he's playing the Texans. Therefore, give me the Browns and Deshaun Watson. And after this game, people are going to overrate him so much. I can already feel it.
You guys want me to go, or do you two want to go?
It's up to you. I was going to make the point that, like, you're right, Dante. Next week, the Browns play the Bengals. Why couldn't he start with that game? So,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he could be embarrassed like that.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to do, Adam, so I feel like that's a kind of save it for last thing. So if you don't
All right,
mind me
fair,
going.
fair. You go ahead, Luke.
I'm with Dante. As much as I would love Houston to go out there and just, like, 40-piece the Browns somehow, I just don't see it happening. We've had a couple storylines like that already this year. Adam, you know that, like, oh, Baker Mayfield's going to get his revenge on the Browns. And I feel like there were a couple more, like, revenge games that Andy Dalton and the Bengals and a couple other games where the person that's supposed to be getting the revenge didn't. And I'm afraid Houston just does not have what it takes. Even if Jacoby Brissett were playing, I'd be picking the Browns.
Let's actually talk about Jacoby Brissett. Like, last week's game against the Bucks was crazy to pull off, and now, like, you're benched the next week because of Deshaun Watson.
He deserves to be starting.
He does.
He did so well.
I would say he keeps the spot until he, like, loses the game. Like, obviously,
that should be how it is.
Obviously, like, when the season was on its way to begin, like, it was already known that it was Watson's spot. But when you pull off a game like that, you don't just give up the spot. Like, Watson hasn't played in how many months?
A long time.
Like, he's cold right now. Jacoby Brissett is hot. So I'd say, like, I want Jacoby Brissett to start this game, but we all know Deshaun Watson coming back, like you said, cakewalk. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 50-piece.
Yeah. With all that being said, Adam.
All right. Y'all are going to call me really stupid. I told myself week 1 of the year, I don't care what their records are this game. I'm picking the Texans no matter what. Just to have fun and
all right.
Make it an ultimate revenge. So give me the Texans, although I have a feeling I'm going to be wrong. I don't care.
I really hope you're right.
I really hope you're
I've never
Somebody's got to pick them, all right?
I've never wanted to be more wrong.
Yeah,
somebody's got to do it. So, all right, next game is the Commanders and the Giants.
Good
a year
game.
ago, I would have been like, yawn. Like, not impressed with this, but this actually looks like it's going to be a good game. Both teams have 7 wins on the year. This is going to be fun. Dante, why don't you get started?
I've been a big believer of both these teams all season. I've been talking up the Giants a bunch. I've been talking up the Commanders a bunch. You know, I'm a big Commander guy.
I know you are.
I root for them all the time. And I'm going to go with them this week. I'm going to take the Commanders over the Giants. The Commanders, they're pretty hot, and the Giants, they've been struggling the past couple weeks. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Commanders here.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Commanders as well. I have a feeling this could be a close game. Daniel Jones and Saquon and the Giants' defense could make this interesting, but Taylor Heineke's been balling. That offense has looked much different since he took over. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Commanders in this one, but I have a feeling it could be close.
I'm actually going to disagree for once. I think that both teams are good. This is a really important divisional matchup. And like you said, Adam, a year ago, or even in the beginning of the year, if you would have told me I'd be looking forward to this game, I would have thought you were crazy. But I think the one difference is really Saquon Barkley. Especially at home, he's been so consistent. The coaches have been using him so well. I think they're going to be able to draw something up that makes it very hard for Washington to win this game. And maybe they will, but Washington beat the Eagles, and they've had a couple good wins recently. But that's largely because I don't think that they've really had to face anybody with such an unstoppable weapon like Saquon. So this game could go either way, especially if someone goes out there on the MetLife turf and tears their ACL in the first quarter. But give me the Giants, especially, actually, might I add, because they're going to want to win games like this to recruit OBJ. So there's extra fire in this game.
That's true.
Yeah, I definitely see this game as of, like, the Jaguars and Lions. Like, two teams that are on the come up with the Commanders and the Giants. And it's a battle of who wants it more, Yep. Both of these teams are in a good predicament to make the playoffs. And, they're two teams that we didn't expect to be where they are right now and to have a game this anticipated that we'd want to watch. Like, you tell me last year the Giants and the Commanders are playing, like, and it's 1 o'clock, we're putting that to the side and we're going straight to red zone.
For sure.
But right now, like, I'm excited for this game. And yeah, it's a 1 o'clock, but I could easily see this being a 4 o'clock game. And not saying that, like, the difference of the games are better, but just the talent on each side, plus for the Penn State love with Saquon and
Jahan
Dotson. Like, this is gonna be a great game. Both teams have great chemistry on both sides of the ball. This should be a very great battle between the Commanders and Giants. But I'm definitely gonna go with the Giants.
That's fair.
That's facts. It's a great Penn State game. Is Jahan Dotson healthy right now?
Yeah, he
came back.
Man, he's a beast.
Great, yeah.
They got to feed him more.
Yep.
True.
All right, moving on to a boring game.
Yeah.
The Ravens, I mean, they're a good team, but they've looked really slow the last few weeks, and they're playing what might be the worst offense in the entire NFL, and I think it is the worst offense in the entire NFL. The Denver Broncos, who have looked abysmal this whole season. Russell Wilson has really fallen off. And just a reminder, they don't have their first or second round pick. It's going to Seattle, so to make things even worse for them. Yeah, I'm not going to waste any time. Ravens have looked slow in the last 2 weeks. I mean, choking a lead last weekend and the week before only scoring 13 against my Panthers. I'm taking the Ravens in this one. I think this is a huge wake-up game for them, and they can really rebound and put a bunch of points on the board.
Give me the Ravens. No need to elaborate there.
Yeah, give me the Ravens as well. This is one of those games where I don't like picking either team because against anybody else, I may pick either of the teams because the Ravens have consistently blown leads and they're just not fun to watch. But it's hard to blow a lead when your opponent can't score points. So anybody against the Broncos offense right now, give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. I'm not a huge fan of Lamar, but I could easily say that we won't hear Wee Hoopin' crying about an L this weekend.
You're right about
Hey,
that.
he ended up on SportsCenter. That's pretty cool.
That's true.
That's
Kinda went
awesome.
viral.
Hey, Darryl, Lamar's a Florida boy, though.
I know, bro, but just like
That is true.
everybody's on the hype of Lamar and all that, bro. And like, he's from my area for like Pompano Beach. I was like, it's 10 minutes away from me. But it's crazy because like everyone's such a fan of him. And I'm just like, I don't know why. Like, he's amazing talent. Don't get me wrong. But like, I'm more of like traditional quarterback. I like a guy that stands in the pocket and just throws the rock, you know?
I agree. I agree with you. All right, shall we move on to the next game? This one is going to be fantastic. Dolphins and 49ers, two teams that have looked great this season. 49ers especially since they acquired my guy CMC, and he's been balling out for them. Dolphins, you know, it's a rejuvenated year for Tua. He's finally become this, I'm not going to say great quarterback that we thought he would be, but he's playing a lot better with a coach that finally believes in him. This is a very close game in my opinion, but I'm going to rock with my guy McCaffrey and the home team, and I'm going to take the Niners in a close game. Could be by a field goal.
I'm actually going to go Miami here. Miami has really picked it up. There's a stat. Whenever Tua starts and finishes a full game, the Miami Dolphins are undefeated. So unless Tua gets hurt somehow, I'm taking the Dolphins here, and I'm really confident in that pick.
So let me read you something. So I'll admit the first 3 games of the Dolphins schedule, very impressive wins. You have New England, Baltimore, Buffalo. Then they lose 3 in a row. Cincinnati, New York, Minnesota. Tua missed a couple of those, I think. They've won 5 in a row. Let me read you these opponents. No offense, Dante. Pittsburgh, Detroit, Chicago, Cleveland, and Houston.
Ooh.
Wins are wins, but that's not very impressive.
I mean, they can't control that, but that is a true point.
I do remember last year. Again, I'm a avid Tua hater, and I'm not having much fun this year. So I'll dip back into last year and remind you that they started off terribly. They ended up, I forget if they won out or something. They won 7 in a row, but they were not against the greatest teams. So I'm not trying to discredit them, even though that's exactly what I'm doing. I know that they're a very good team. But give me the San Francisco 49ers. They have not faced a defense like this year. I think the Niners are going to come out, especially in San Francisco, and surprise them. Tua's going to throw an interception or 2. Tyreek Hill might not have the best game. It's going to be really frustrating for them. And I'm looking at the rest of their schedule just while I'm at it. Then they'll beat the Rams. They have Buffalo, Green Bay, New England, and New York again. I can see them going like 3-3 in that stretch. So I don't know. I know the Dolphins are explosive this year, but it might be a little bit of a frustrating end of the year for them if I have it my way. And I'm going to start by saying a San Francisco win this weekend.
Hey, I've been saying this from the beginning. Miami to the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
I see Miami going into Sunday with the game plan ready to shut down CMC and Jimmy Guap. There's no way that I could see this team who they play in Mexico?
Was
The
it
Cardinals.
The Cardinals?
And then just barely beat the same. Well, they shut.
Yeah, they barely beating these teams. Like obviously picking it up in the second half, but in the first half you're supposed to be killing these teams. So I see Miami, who's hot right now. Tua's on fire. Jalen Waddle's on fire. Tyreek Hill's on fire. That whole team's on fire. Mind you, Mike Gesicki, a tight end who's just about a receiver. I see this team going to San Francisco, walking away with a dub.
Hey, George Kittle better though. George Kittle.
I'll give him
George
that.
Kittle better.
Most better than both.
All right.
Tommy Tremble better than all.
Hunter Henry's better than
Hunter
all.
Henry's better. Hey, I'll happily stand alone if the Dolphins lose.
Oh.
Right? I'm the only one who picked the Niners.
No, I picked them.
Oh, you did. All right.
Hey,
Now
the
it's not as
brothers
fun.
brothers will stand alone if the Niners
Yeah,
lose.
sure.
Yeah, y'all could be brothers. Me and Darryl will be right though.
Facts.
All right. Okay. Next one. A few months ago, like before the season, maybe we thought this was going one way. But now, this could be going the total other way. It's the Seahawks and the Rams. Man, the Rams have had bad luck all season. Cooper Kupp is now out. Matthew Stafford, I believe, is still out. This is, fun fact, the first game of Aaron Donald's career that he will not be playing, I believe.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday actually.
Seahawks have been a great team all season, surprising. Geno Smith's been balling out. Pete Carroll's been a good coach, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of him. I'm going to take the Seahawks in this game. I don't particularly think it's going to be close, even though it's in L.A. I mean, the away fans always show out at SoFi Stadium in Rams and Chargers games. So I could see the Seahawks fans making the trip and doing the same here. So, yeah, give me the Seahawks and what could literally be a home game for them, even though it's on the road.
Going into this game, I was going to pick Seattle no matter what. And even just further solidifying my pick that Aaron Donald's going to be out, that makes me way more comfortable picking Seattle here, even more so in the first place. So yeah, give me Seattle here. The Rams are just abysmal right now. Many holes in their team, just in general. Many injuries. Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald now, and Seattle is just rolling. So give me Geno Smith and the Seahawks here.
Man, so about the Rams, a Super Bowl team that we all agree is about to be 3-9. How the hell does that happen?
Injuries.
Like, I guess so, but that much of a turnaround? Like, that's unheard of. Like, I know about a Super Bowl hangover, but jeez.
You gotta realize all the star power they lost to. OBJ. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure wasn't
Von-
Deshaun Jackson on the team at one
Yeah, he
point?
was. Von Miller. I mean, they picked up, what's his name, from the Bears receiver.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Penn
He
Stater.
hasn't done much.
They lost a lot of
Some people say that's because Matthew Stafford only throws to white guys.
I saw that.
But either way, dude,
Hey, but his
it's
best
just-
receiver's a white guy. You can't hate that.
I can't hate that, but it's just crazy to me, man. And with that being said, give me the Seahawks. If they win, I believe they might be in first in that division. I forget if they've played the.
I think the Niners are right now.
Did
But the
they beat the
Seahawks will be
49ers?
7-5.
I mean, they both be 7-5. I don't know.
Well, we already established Niners are losing to Miami, so that's just how that
Niners
works.
would be 7-5 too if they lose. So we'll.
But, yeah,
we'll see.
Give me the Seahawks.
Actually, I'll look it
And,
up. I'm curious to see who won that game.
And I'm starting to think that Aaron Donald probably regrets not retiring. He could have retired as Super Bowl champion, and we all thought that was stupid. Like, why would you go out when you're still so good? But now he's hurt, and his team sucks. So the Rams are just
Luke, to interrupt you real quick.
they're trash.
On September 18th, the 49ers beat the Seahawks 27-7.
Okay, so the Seahawks
I guess
they can't move up in the
49ers would be in first.
But-
They play again on Thursday, December 15th at 8:15.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
That'll
game's
be
coming
more
up.
fun than this game. Like I said, give me the Seahawks. Man.
Like you guys said a couple months ago, looking at this game, it was one-sided. But who would have thought coming into Sunday, Pete Carroll and Geno Smith might have a chance to beat the reigning, defending Super Bowl champs.
Too, yeah.
You know, like Geno Smith's been in the league for how like 8-9 years.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah, so and he hasn't had any type of name in the league. Like Geno Smith's just been that guy that we just overlook. And now he's a starter. Mind you, they have Drew Lock, who's still developing as a quarterback, learning, who will possibly take over that team one day if he builds up.
Maybe, yeah.
But Geno Smith and the Seahawks, DK, I'm going to have to take Seattle.
All right.
DK is quietly having a really good year.
Yeah. All right, this next game, many would think maybe it's boring, but I like these two when they match up. It's always fun and exciting to see. The Chargers and the Raiders. The Chargers, both these teams are kind of up and down. I think the Raiders, I mean, they might literally have the worst coach in football, but they've won 2 games in a row, both in overtime. The Chargers, they're kind of an up and down team. They won last game, but they had to go to a 2-point conversion game winner play against the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, that's not that impressive. Herbert is, I guess, having a fine season, but it's not really taking up the media too much. I haven't heard that much from him, and his receivers are always hurt. So, you know what? You can call me crazy. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick the Raiders at home. I think it'll be a very close game, but I'm going to take Vegas.
Yeah, I'm also picking Vegas here. I think the Chargers are, once again, pretty ridden with injuries, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, they have a lot of injuries, but...
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm really feeling the Raiders here. I haven't said that much all season. I mean, actually, we've been pretty high on the Raiders, and they've let us down a bunch.
For some reason, we continuously pick the Raiders, and we're always wrong.
I'm picking the Raiders again. I don't care.
I am too.
Let's go for it.
Well, the last time both of you picked the Raiders, I picked them because I was like, the one time we picked them and they win, I'm not going to miss out on that. And they did win that week. But, man, I think you two are crazy this week.
Really?
The Chargers are a good team.
I don't think so. I think they're really
they're
They're
not
good,
like-
but they have so many injuries.
They're not like some people said they would be like a Super Bowl contender right now. I don't know if I would go that far. But, they're better than the Raiders.
I mean, look at this, though. Like, let's look at the schedule.
I mean, they barely squeaked out a win against the Cardinals.
They beat the Cardinals by 1.
Yeah,
They
but
beat
the difference is...
They beat the Falcons by 3. They only beat the Broncos by 3. Browns by 2.
Texans by 10.
by 10. I mean, that's 10, but it should be more than
And then
that.
they got blown out by the Jags 38-10.
Last time they played the Raiders, they only beat them by 5. I mean,
So you're saying, oh yeah, but the Chargers barely squeaked out a win against the Cardinals last week. The difference is they did.
they did, but
Earlier this year, the Raiders blew a 20-0 lead to the Cardinals.
I get it. But Arizona, man,
Hey, I'm not trying to
they're
change
not
your
the
guys'
greatest
mind.
team. I'm just saying.
I'm not trying to change your guys'
You're
mind.
not going to change my
but
mind.
I'm
don't worry.
picking the Chargers here.
Okay.
Like Adam said in the beginning, this is it's a good game. It's always going to be a good matchup.
It is gonna be a good
These two teams, when they play each other, they will always put on a show for their audience.
That is true.
And either way that it goes, you won't be upset with who wins, but you'll definitely be like okay with how the game went. And with that being said, I'm not the hugest Raiders fan, but I'm not on the Derek Carr hype. I'm not on the train. I think he's a horrible quarterback. I think Josh McDaniels should come back and be an offensive coordinator for New England. And
Yeah, maybe.
with that being said, I'm going with the Chargers. And you said this is in Vegas?
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's at Allegiant Stadium.
I'm taking the Chargers in Vegas.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I was one of the people who liked Josh McDaniels leaving, but then again, anything's better than Matt Patricia. So
Okay. This next one is going to be a great game. It's a rematch of the AFC Championship. It's a rematch of a great game during the 2021 season where the Bengals won the division. Cincinnati is hosting Kansas City. It's been fun the last 2 games watching these two teams battle it out. And last year, especially in the AFC Championship, when Kansas City looked to be in clear control, Cincinnati came all the way back. Jamar Chase is coming back this week. It's looking like Joe Mixon is going to play. I've said the Chiefs are the best team in the league, and Mahomes is the MVP, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. But I'm pumping the brakes for 1 week. Call me crazy. I'm picking the Bengals at home.
Man, sorry. How is Dallas, Indianapolis, the Sunday night game, with all these games going on?
Facts.
This game is so much better. All right, Dante, I'll let you pick.
Give me the Chiefs here.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Chiefs have been overshadowed by a lot of good teams, a lot of teams that have been on winning streaks. For example, the Eagles. Nobody's really talking about the Chiefs right now, and we're really forgetting how good they are. And they're going to prove it here. Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
So, wait, did you go yet?
No, go ahead.
Is Jamar Chase healthy right now? Like, is he playing this game?
He's playing this game. Yep, it's been confirmed.
I'm still going to have to go with the Chiefs. He's coming off an injury that he was out for how many weeks with? Like 2 or 3 weeks. He's probably a little rusty right now. He's Joe Burrow. I don't know who I haven't been watching the Bengals this season, but I'm definitely going to have to go with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs, too. I think that the Chiefs have gotten better since last year, which is crazy, even though they lost Tyreek Hill. But I think the Bengals have taken just a little bit of a step down from last year. This may end up being another one of those cases where Chiefs win in the regular season and the Bengals win in the postseason. I don't know anything about that. I can't even tell you what I think about the playoffs yet. But for right now, give me the Chiefs.
All right, moving on to the best Sunday Night Football game anybody could have drawn up.
Yeah.
The Cowboys, I mean, great team, but the Indianapolis Colts, maybe the most boring team in football besides the Denver Broncos. I don't like watching the Colts. They're a slow offense. I do not like Matt Ryan. I can make that clear because I don't like the Falcons. Interim head coach Jonathan Taylor's had a slow season. I don't like anything about the Colts right now. I'm easily picking the Cowboys. This is my lock of the week, in fact. Dallas, so should be no elaboration.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys here for sure. If your defense gets dominated by Kenny Pickett, you get dominated by anybody.
Kenny Pickett.
Give me the Cowboys here for sure, and that's probably my lock of the week also.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys too. The only thing I can really hope for the Colts is that Jonathan Taylor still has a good week for my fantasy team. But especially, like I said with the Giants, the Cowboys are going to be trying to recruit OBJ in the next couple weeks. So they're going to want to win games big. So give me the Cowboys. I don't even know, 30 points, 40 points? We'll see.
We all know what's going to happen here, but call me the oddball because before I choose Dallas, I'll probably start watching football. So give me the Colts.
All right, that's fair.
I like that. I like that.
I like it.
You might be right. They have a good defense.
One person's got to pick.
We'll see. Yeah.
All right. And last game to predict is the Monday night game, a game that might be, I'm not going to say a little more boring because it's fun watching Tom Brady, but, the Saints. I hate watching them more than the Colts. Sorry, Colts fans. I will give you the edge there. The Saints. Dennis Allen, one of the worst head coaches in the league. Especially if Andy Dalton starts this game. Why is he still starting? That's what I'm going to say right now. Why is it not Jameis? Bro. Buccaneers easily. Tom Brady's going to have one heck of a game. Give me the Bucs.
Yeah, I'll take the Bucs here for sure. The Saints are just really not a good team right now. Neither are the Bucs. The Bucs aren't a great team right now either. And if you told me at the beginning of the year that I would be really going back and forth on this game, I would have called you crazy. But I'm going with the team I would have picked in the first place. I'm going with the Bucs.
Yeah, I think earlier in the year, these teams' first matchup, I don't remember. I want to say that I picked the Saints, or it was a game like this. I remember picking the other team because I remember exactly thinking, well, I just bet against Tom Brady, and I ended up regretting it because whatever the game that was, it might have been the Saints game because I remember the Bucs won that game.
I will say, Luke, I remember this matchup specifically earlier in the year. It was week 2. These teams were tied 3-3 going into the fourth quarter, and the Bucs completely pulled away. I think they won 20-3. It was in New Orleans. It started out as a really boring game until the Bucs took over.
Yeah, so give me the Bucs. I'm not going to bet against Tom Brady, or might I say, future New England Patriot Tom Brady.
Sir.
Are we going to talk about that?
That's kind of nuts.
Why not?
The rumor. A couple guys covered this. This is not just one random guy. Tom Brady may have interest in coming back to the Patriots this offseason. He's kept a good relationship with Bill Belichick. And honestly, I said this to a couple of my friends earlier in this year, and they called me crazy. The Patriots right now have a better roster, are in a better spot to win than the Buccaneers. The only reason that may not be true is because the Buccaneers defense, division, no offense, Adam, is so trash.
Oh,
They're
no, dude, I
in first
agree.
place right now at 5-6.
Dude, Carolina could be in first right now if they won a few more close games. I totally agree with you.
But the Patriots are more well-rounded. They're better coached by far, and they're healthier. I don't know. It's probably not going to happen, but come on, Tom Brady, come back to the Patriots. Mentor Mac for a year or two. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see Brady come back and put on a New England uniform one more time. But as of right now, we're talking about him in a Bucs uniform. And one thing that I've learned about Tom Brady since I've been watching him is you don't bet against him. He'll always find a way to win or pull through, or at least make you think you have a chance at winning. So, where's this game? If it's in
Tampa.
It's in Tampa, hometown love again. I'm gonna have to go with the Buccaneers.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that wraps up the game picks. Dante, do you have your good, bad, and ugly or no?
We'll just do it on the fly. Why not? Good. I'm going to go with Lamar against the Broncos. Really nothing crazy there. I'm going Nick Chubb against the Texans. Once again, nothing crazy there. And Josh Allen against the Pats. Gonna have a good game.
L.
Bad.
He has 11 interceptions this year and leads the league with 10
Is this your segment?
10 other interception-worthy plays.
Okay. Hey, maybe I'll be
He's
wrong.
been too careless.
First
Our
said, "Is
defense
this
will
your
punish him.
segment?"
Judon will be all over
Facts.
Allen tonight.
All right. I guess I'll see.
Mr.
But
Red Sleeves.
whenever I'm right, don't come at me.
Is he going to wear red sleeves with the red jersey?
I
Yeah,
hope
he
so.
always does. Yep.
Okay.
Hey, I'm wearing my Judon jersey right now. Maybe I need a red shirt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you do, man.
With my bad, I'm gonna go with Russell Wilson because he's bad every week.
Broncos country, let's ride.
I'm gonna go the Colts as a whole. They're gonna be bad, and I'm gonna go whoever's starting at quarterback for the Saints.
Probably Jameis.
And ugly, I'm gonna go Mariota. I'm gonna go Fields, and I'm gonna go Daniel Jones. Those are my picks for this.
Okay.
right.
Luke, you want to do start and sit him?
Yeah, for fantasy football, I have a start-em, sit-em this week. For quarterback, this is a little bit of an odd pick, but start Trevor Lawrence against Detroit. I think this game could definitely be a shootout, and if it's not, I don't think Detroit has good enough defense to make him play bad. But sit Kirk Cousins this week, because even though the Vikings might win, if Sauce Gardner is actually able to eliminate Justin Jefferson, Kirk might have a bad game, because who else does he have? T.J. Hawkinson, I guess. And waiver wire pickup, I hate to say it, but my brain is telling me I have to say it. My heart is telling me I hate it, but you have to pick up Deshaun Watson if he's still available in your league. He's only rostered in 70% of leagues, and if he has a good week this week, it's far worth it. For running backs, start Ramondre Stevenson. He always finds a way to get points, and especially in a game like tonight where it's going to be two teams that were really passionate about beating each other, we're going to have to use our best weapons, and he's probably the best weapon we have. Sit Leonard Fournette. I think he's questionable, but if he plays, I don't even like the matchup for him defensively, and this should be a boring game. They're not even going to have to use him. And waiver wire pickup is Cordell Patterson, who's rostered in 87.9% of leagues and averages 12.8. Wide receiver start, I can't believe I have to say this, but Jamar Chase. Because someone told me earlier they weren't sure if they wanted to start him or not since he's just coming off an injury. But forget that, just start him because I'm sure everybody who has him drafted him super high or traded a lot to get him, so it's worth it. Sit Amari Cooper. Even though he's getting Deshaun this week, it'll take him a while to get used to it. And the Texans defense will have Derek Stingley on him, and I think Donovan Peoples-Jones' good game is more likely. Excuse me. Waiver wire pickup is Christian Watson for the Packers. He averages 11.3 and is rostered in 82.5% of leagues. Tight end, start George Kittle. He has a tough matchup, but Jimmy G will probably be looking for him because he's a big end zone target. Sit Cole Kmet, who's had a few good games, but we all know that the Packers are on the Bears. And waiver wire pickup is David Njoku, who is rostered in 84.4% of leagues and averages 10.8 for the Browns. And that's all I got this week.
All right. Thank you, Luke. So, Darryl, I don't know if you know, but I also do, every week I do the leaders from fantasy football for this past week. So, I have them right here. I do top 15 plus an honorable mention. There are no ties this week, so I'll get into it. For honorable mention against Minnesota, the only Patriot on this list, Mac Jones had 23.28 points.
He did have a good week.
Yeah, he did have a very good week. I'm surprised it wasn't top 15. Number 15, 24.4 for T. Higgins in a win against the Titans. Number 14, 24.8 in a win against the Bears for perhaps a lot of people's favorite quarterback in the league right now, Mike White. I don't think I can't find anybody that doesn't like him, except maybe Patriots fans. But
I doubt you guys have anything against them.
yeah,
We already beat the Jets twice this year. I can
Yeah.
care less.
like Luke always says, 2 free wins.
Yeah.
Number 13, 24.94 for Trevor Lawrence against the Ravens. Coming off a great week. He made an appearance on Luke's Stardom Sit 'em, so there you go. Number 12, 25 on the dot for Austin Eckler in a win against the Cardinals. Very close win. Number 11, in a loss to the Chargers, 25.24 for Kyler Murray. And number 10, we have another Jet, 26.4 for Garrett Wilson. Number 9, 27.5 in a win against Baltimore for Zay Jones. I haven't heard his name too much this year. It's good to see him on the list. Number 8, in a Thanksgiving loss to the Bills, 27.9 for Amon-Ra St. Brown. One of the more underrated receivers in the league, in my opinion. Number 7, 28.76 in a win against the Cardinals for Justin Herbert. And number 6, 29 in a loss in overtime to the Browns for Chris Godwin, Penn Stater. And number 5, 29.34, sorry boys, on Thanksgiving, Justin Jefferson. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Number 4, 29.82 for Jalen Hurts on Sunday night against the Packers. Number 3, 29.92 for Josh Allen on Thanksgiving against the Lions. Number 2, another Penn Stater here, 31 on the dot, and a win against the Packers for Miles Sanders.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love him balling out.
Well,
And our number 1 scorer this week by a rather wide margin had a fantastic game. 300 yards total, I think. 48.3 points. Josh Jacobs against the Seahawks. He's had a fantastic season. But yeah, those are the fantasy leaders of the week. So yeah. Anything else we want to talk about on the show?
I think we're good.
I guess, I don't know if y'all have heard about Antonio Brown. Got an arrest warrant.
Really? For what?
Domestic violence.
Yeah, domestic violence.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's about time he gets locked up.
great guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's an arrest warrant in Florida, actually. I forget
That's
what
crazy.
part of Florida.
He's gotten away with too much already, man.
Yeah.
He's a little lost in the head.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, that's going to do it for us this week on episode 10. Darryl, thank you so much for coming
Yes,
on.
sir.
Man.
Hey,
It
thank
was
you
a
guys for
blast to have
having
you
me.
on. You're welcome back anytime you want
Hey,
to.
the only other thing I want to mention is Hunter Henry caught the ball.
I agree.
I
agree.
Oh, y'all, you guys deserve that
Nope,
so
I
much.
don't-
You guys deserve
You just saying
that.
you just saying that is admitting he caught the ball.
Oh, you guys deserve that. Nah, Jesse James caught that ball more than Hunter Henry
but
caught
what
that
about
ball.
the missed face mask or block in the back or
Hey,
holds or anything?
I didn't
It was
see
so
that.
bad.
Hey.
Yeah, you didn't watch
Hey.
the game. I don't want to.
all I got to say is Cam should have dove on the football. That's all I got to say.
Patriots
All right.
should've won.
Hey, we'll see y'all next week. Thank you all for tuning in. This is, once again, Adam
Dante?
and
Luke.
Darryl.
Darryl.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Let's go.